everyone. Welcome to another Power Talk with Archana. This is your platform to reach out to the stars. Plan your success with me, Archana, as I lead you, inspire you, and support you to unleash your passion and expertise, coach you and mentor you to achieve your success goals, and help you carve your dream life the way you've always dreamt for. Enjoy the world-class virtual and in-person coaching and mentoring. Welcome to my world as I collaborate with business leaders from across the world. Welcome one such business leader today as we welcome Mr. Kamal Singh. Mr. Singh is a part of my professional network and based in Delhi. Mr. Singh is currently leading as the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer, and the Executive Director of Global Compact Network India, a local network of United Nations Global Compact, New York. He has championed the Sustainable Development Goals, and gender equality is his primary focus. He initiated several path-breaking initiatives in his basket of activities and winning huge accolades for UNGC New York and its stakeholders. As the Director General at National Human Resource Development Network, he is known for his significant contribution in rejuvenating financial health of NHRDN. Director in IMA, he has instrumental for launching many initiatives that brought laurels to IMA in building its profile and equity with its stakeholders. He's on the board and subcommittees for several organizations, institutions, including Bureau Indian Standards, International Federation of Training and Development Organization, International NGO Smile Train, Jaipuria Institute of Management, to name a few. Several accolades and awards, he contributes beyond business towards building social capital index of India and the world. Let's welcome Mr. Singh on board. Hello, sir. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm absolutely doing well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Absolute pleasure to have you among us, sir. Thank you so much for gracing our show. So you have huge experience. You have many feathers in your cap, and we know it. Please tell us one thing. Where do you see India on the global map meeting the UN Sustainable Goals?
Yeah, so I definitely see India a very huge geography which will be able to make a difference for achievement of SDG targets. India being with so much of population and especially with so much of geography, India is really poised to make an impact. And in our system of United Nations, if India achieved the SDG targets, the world would achieve the targets of SDG by 50%. So there is so much of scale and the impact lies here. And we are conscious of this fact, and that is why our government, led by Prime Minister Modi, is conscious of this, and he has ably introduced and embraced these goals as a part of his developmental agenda. And we definitely see a very good possibilities of India achieving the sustainable development goals because we have a huge opportunity to bring the bottom of the pyramid to a desired level, and also we have a possibility of all organizations joining hands. At the top of it also of a government supporting these sustainable development goals like never before. So we would be very well poised to make an impact at the global level as far as SDGs are concerned.
Yeah, I think you're very right there, sir. Considering that India has a very young population today, I think we can definitely, come together with your experience, your expertise, and the knowledge you have, and the amount of years you have spent in each and every vertical. I'm sure India is definitely going to benefit, and we will be really heading very fast on the path of accomplishing all the goals set by UN. Great. So you have worked extensively on gender equality, and today inclusion and diversity is almost the most talked about topic on all forums today. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, so I definitely see, if you look at today, India as a country with so much of a diverse background, it is not only on gender, but it is beyond. So India strength lies being diverse and yet able to amalgamate that diversity in developmental agenda. So I don't want to talk about caste, creed, culture, religions, and many other diversity. But what I would like to say, if there is a opportunity for making a difference within the gender, and refer to gender equality, it is very much doable because the way we have been in our earlier times of ancient civilization, India was always seen as a country that was inspiring many other countries. You know, a lot of stories that comes around from Mahabharata to Ramayana, the respect for ladies has always been there. As a result, the thought somewhere got really changed because we got invaded by number of countries, and as a result, our culture and whatever our strength that was with us, it also got invaded. But now we have a democracy, we are a free country, and we have a government that is elected by us who also recognize the power of gender neutral society. If we are not able to bring our women at the main front, I think we are losing that opportunities. And we believe that like women contribute so much equally for liveliness of the house or household, why not they can contribute towards building the national capital index? And to me, this is an opportunity for India. And also we have an opportunity because we do see that if women contributes as much as the men are contributing today, our GDP and our societal framework and the way we are now will also dramatically change. Because if you look at, there is a research, which is a proven research saying that if a woman are brought to the main frame of their developmental of anything, I think they are much bigger and better contributor. And they are a better leader, they are better master, they are better manager, because they have so much of flexibility and adaptability to respond to any crisis. To me personally, it is India time to take this challenge and make gender neutral society. And also I will come to you on inclusion part, because India being one side a little bit developed and but more part still developing. So we have to carry with us every person on the earth on developmental agenda or developmental journey. And so therefore, if you see so much of policies and programs of the government today are touching lives of many people who do not have so much of privileges like many of us here have. So we believe that if they are also brought to the mainstream of development, they will contribute as much as some of the people, those who have got the facilities, they will, if they join hands, I'm sure India will have an inclusive development, and it will also be a sustainable development. Because we want to, as per you, if you really call, UN philosophy is no one leave behind. Because here, every human being, every life in the world matters. We need to be very conscious of that feeling that if everybody collectively join hands in making this society more joyful, happier and sustainable, I think then we would have done our bit as a mankind or as a human beings. Therefore, I also want to tell you that the Sustainable Development Goal that were adopted by all countries at the UN Assembly in September 2015, at that point of time, these 17 SDG were seen as making this society, making this planet not only happier, but also sustainable. So these all 17 sustainable development goals are interlinked. They complement one to another. So it is not like the one goal is important, the other is not. And more importantly, I want to highlight the important goal that people who have designed and put this 17 SDG as a part of making the society more bigger, better, and joyful and happier. must have definitely thought that it is a very mammoth task. It cannot be achieved. That is why they have taken a target by 2030. These are global goals. So I personally believe that if you have partnership, if you have the collaboration, these goals are able to be achieved. And that is why the goal number 17 is partnership goal. You know, the partnership of the goal means that everybody has to pin in. It is not only the responsibility of the United Nations, it is not only the responsibility of the government of the day, it is also the corporate sector, it is also the academia, it is also the civil society organization. Everybody has to come together and recognize the need for not only making society joyful but also sustainable. The way we are using resources, it is not we are not doing justice to the conservation or optimal use of various things that we have been given by this planet. So we have to be mindful that what kind of a world that we are living for future generation. So if we are conscious of that, I am sure the way we consume water, the way we consume food, lot of things will get inspired from those mindset or habits if you do it rationally, if you do it optimally. So all this will happen if we have the interconnection with every goal, and that is why that every goal is one is linked to another, right from zero hunger to our goal number 17, partnership of the goal.
Amazing, sir. I think you have encapsulated every single point that would really help a common man, every individual, every being, every corporate, every government to understand how important it is to live up to these UN goals, all 17 of them, so that by the year 2030, we see a lot of collaboration, a lot of partnerships, and see every sector, coming together to make these possible. I feel now it is our chance, our, responsibility to make it possible for everyone to have a better world to live in. Absolutely very right, sir. So tell me one thing, you have years of rich corporate experience, and I'm being here at the UN Global Network as the CEO and the director. What is one thing that you would like to change in the corporate world now that we are going through the COVID-19 situation and going forward?
Yes, I would like to, number one thing, the paradigm shift in mindset, because unless the mind is not changed, that what we are proposing to the world, I think we will not be able to achieve these goals. So first paradigm shift to the positive mindset. Yes, these are the goals. These are the goals that can help us to not only make this planet more happier and sustainable, but also it can help to something leave behind for our future generations. So this is number one. Number two, the second thing I want to say, people need to be seen as equal. Equality has to be hallmark in everything that we do. It is not only the gender, it is not the rich and poor, it is everything that we do. The equality will be one game changer. The number third game changer will be quality education. A lot of us are privileged to have, have good education, but not everyone. Still, in Corona COVID-19 days, a lot of people are not able to even access technology. So how do you provide them technology by which they can learn equitably and learn very well, like many people are learning in cities? So the quality education, if it is done, I am sure the people also will get aware what is good, what is not good, what is to be done, not to be done. All that will there will be a paradigm shift in analyzing the people approach for everything that we are proposing as part of UN Sustainable Development Goals. And the last, as I mentioned to you, is about partnership. We have to recognize that everybody has to contribute toward this. It is not one agency agenda, it is everybody agenda. Every human being matters, everybody matters in this planet who can help us to achieve these Sustainable Development Goals by 2030.
Yeah, I think you're very right, sir. It is absolutely a collective effort. No matter how much our perspectives have changed, we further need to change our perspectives, make them more progressive, make them more people heard, so that everybody can come together. Of course, as you very rightly said, equality is one factor which is going to be a big leveler for everyone to feel equal, behave equal, and work equal, making these sustainable goals more achievable for countries and the globe to benefit at large. Amazing, sir. So, all said and done with, we have been talking about these sustainable goals, 17 of them. It seems like a big mammoth task. Do you see any challenges? No matter how fast and how quick we are in responding and changing our perspectives to make it happen. But do you see any challenges that we really need to work on and address right away so that it becomes an easier path for all of us to embrace these goals?
Yeah, so we have the challenge because we have to achieve these goals, global goals by 2030. So we have now almost 10 years to achieve these goals. So considering the targets, 169 targets, it is a mammoth task. So I want to say at this moment that we all of us need to be very positive and very disciplined. These are the two words I want to leave behind, that unless we become positive about these goals, nothing could translate something bigger or better. Unless we become disciplined, the way we are working, the way we are inspiring, the way we are, using our resources, everything need to be in disciplined manner. We have to be mindful that if one is important, the others is also important. So I would like to recommend that everybody need to be very positive and very disciplined, and I'm sure we will be able to achieve our desired targets, and everybody has to contribute. It is, as I said, it is not one organization or one government. It is the agenda of the globe. It is the agenda of the country. It is the agenda of our society. It is the agenda of our home. Everything will percolate down to larger gains if we do it so well.
Very right. So as you very rightly said, sir, I think it's all about we need to know our why. Why are we doing it? Why do we have these 17 sustainable goals and a target to meet them by 2030? We need to understand what is the kind of legacy we are leaving behind for our children. Are we going to go on the same road forever and ever? No, we need to be a more developed place to live in. That is the reason we all need to come together and make this happen. So the challenges, we definitely need to break these barriers and move forward. Amazing, sir. Very well said. Please tell us, we would like to know from you, who is that one person who really inspires you to take the day as it comes to you head on?
I would like to say that it is for me Mahatma Gandhi.
Wow. Okay, would you like to add why does he inspire you?
No, if we look at the philosophy behind Sustainable Development Goals, all are inspired by the way late father of the nation of India, Mahatma Gandhi, inspired communities around. So whether it is poverty, whether it is the zero hunger, whether it is the gender, whether it is the health and well-being, or whether quality education or water, everything if you look at, his philosophy was Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So all that is possible provided we have that philosophy at core of your heart. That is why I feel that someone who can make your road and you don't have to really go anywhere else. And then Mahatma Gandhi has a lot of learnings and teaching. And if you can imbibe those, I'm sure your day will be bigger, better, and also happier.
Wow, amazing, sir. I think he is Mahatma Gandhi has been the role model for millions of us. And as you very rightly said, the father of the nation always believed in collaboration and integration and people coming together. I can't forget the Dandi March that he started. He started as a single person, but just imagine the huge crowd that joined him, and that, I think that is really amazing. He was one person who actually took the entire nation on his shoulders. Absolutely right, sir. Very amazing, very, very inspiring for us to know that. Thank you so much. So your one hobby.
Yeah, my hobby is reading a lot. That is, I keep myself abreast what is happening around, and from that knowledge, I always try to inspire and then pick up my thread for the day, and that is why I enjoy doing it.
Lovely. So one book you would like to recommend to our young generation to read and learn from and imbibe in their systems.
Yeah, so I would like to recommend one book, that is Discovery of India. Let us discover
Wow.
the
Yes.
country that we belong to and see the power of that. It has a rich cultural heritage and it has so much to offer. In fact, you don't have to go anywhere.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for talking to my audience and for spreading this awareness. The kind of inspiration you are today, I'm sure many will contribute, come forward and make these sustainable goals possible, a part of their life, help affect and bring a change in the world to make world a better place to live in. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot for
Thank
gracing
you.
our show.
Thank you everyone for giving me the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. That was Mr. Kamal Singh for you, a strong proponent of UN 17 sustainable goals. As he very rightly said, we only have time until 2030, and that's our goal, to make sure all 17 goals are a part of our system, implementing in full swing so that we make world a better place for not only ourselves but also for our coming generations to live in. Remember, what is the kind of legacy you would like to leave behind for your children? I hope this really lights up the bulb for you. I wish all of you the very best, a sustainable life, sustainable thoughts, a sustainable you. I wish you all the best and stay tuned for more.